Welcome back to my channel. This is Molly. Thank you so much for joining me as I wanted to do a video for you on Saturn stationing direct at 25 degrees of Pisces on November 27th, because there feels like there's a seriousness with this station direct. There's a sense of real completion, endings, and turning points that are underway. Saturn is stationing direct here in a wide conjunction with Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces, continuing to emphasize that endings are right on time. It's time to move on and move forward. What do you need to close out that you've already been working on? You've already been aware of it throughout 2025. This is not new. This is not new, but there are important decisions that need to be made. And Saturn in Pisces is interesting because you actually can only take 10% with you. Most stuff has to go. There needs to be a clearing out and a letting go. Now, I've done another video for you on this topic called How You End is How You Begin. But this Saturn direct has more weight to it, and I'm feeling more emotional weight around it. Before I started recording this video, I was reviewing my notes, thinking about what I needed to say, and I just kept feeling this heaviness, like this need for a deep sigh, a big sigh. But not a sigh of relief necessarily. It feels like a grief sigh. Because part of the next few months, with Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces, is an understanding that there's things on this planet that are meant to be over, that are meant to phase out. Big themes of 2025 have revolved around extinctions, completions, revealing to us even parts of our own experiences we need to close out and end. What you can't take with you into your new starts and new chapters of 2026 and beyond. So there's going to be a few months here, especially into February and March of next year, that we're going to have some real big deal endings. And I'm talking like pivotal endings. Yes, weather related, because Pisces is about weather systems, the ocean, water movements, even the bigger systems that are difficult to navigate, especially the bigger systems that are difficult to navigate. But in addition to that, these endings are going to involve leaders, authority figures, people who are in charge, who have a lot of responsibility, but whose karma is complete in this lifetime, who are not in resonance with where we're going as a human population. So we're going to have some prominent endings in individuals who aren't going to match the new starts and the evolutionary journey that we're moving into. And that's the heaviness, like that's the grief, the grieving as well. Now, keep in mind that part of this heavy focus on the final degrees of Pisces has been unfolding throughout 2025. So we've already been in this energy. We've already been feeling and sensing it. Pisces is health issues, mental health issues. It's what has been hidden, what we can't see, the various diagnoses that aren't publicly revealed, what isn't stated for others to know about. It's what you deal with privately behind the scenes. It's also where there can be surprises, because this is where we say, well, I didn't know that person was dealing with this, or I didn't know they were moving through that. Okay, so that's part of this energy, is that we don't see things clearly. We don't see it with our own eyes, but we can sense something's off here, or I wonder how that person's really doing. I wonder, if they're really strong and healthy, etc. Okay, so that's going to be a part of definitely the end, throughout the end of this year and into, let's call it at least the first quarter of 2026. Now, on a personal level, there are things that you're probably feeling a push to end and complete. that the universe is bringing about some big questions for you around your own personal responsibility, your own self-respect, personal dignity, what you are phasing out that actually started 30 years ago. And I know that's a long time to evaluate, but that's part of a chapter or a cycle with Saturn, is that it's a 30-year journey. And so the last time we had Saturn in Pisces was 1993 to early 1996. So you could look back on your life 30 years ago and what kind of transitions were underway for you then? Where were you being required to close out chapters and end an area of your life in order to move on and move forward? Those endings are going to be more significant with this Neptune-Saturn conjunction, as I've been mentioning. But there's things that you're meant to spiritually close out for yourself. You're meant to make some very powerful new soul contracts in 2026 that take you further, that advance you at a soul level, that bring you into new territory. And so with that heads up of what's to come in 2026, this is a time to assess, this is what I'm done with. This is what I no longer want in my life. This is what's complete for me. And again, this isn't new. These are energies that have been playing out throughout 2025, but this is the final exam, the final closure that's unfolding. And I think that is part of this heaviness I'm feeling around Saturn and Pisces stationing direct here, is that we could be sensing not only those endings and the culmination, but maybe you're feeling the goodbyes. Maybe you're feeling what you have to move away from. Maybe you're sensing, what you don't have energy for anymore. And so these are often serious life choices that Saturn brings up. But Saturn honors the strength you have to move forward on your path. There's fortitude in Saturn. There's a sense of, I can handle this. I can figure this out. I can take this on. There's that dedication with Saturn. So if you're feeling like my life is changing, I don't understand all the ways it's unfolding or all the directions it can go next, this would be a time. This would just be a time to look back on hindsight and internally review what you don't want to repeat in a new cycle. The parts of yourself that are ready to grow and approach life in a new way. The parts of yourself that are ready for a new beginning, new inspiration, new adventures, new creations. That are right on time. I feel like there's just going to be a heaviness here that maybe we're carrying because we're closing out so much at very deep levels of our being. So as always, I offer this with the intention that it supports you, that it resonates, that it maybe makes sense of something that you're also feeling or picking up, especially in the collective right now. And just knowing too that this is a time of very big transitions, and we don't always see that in the moment. We don't always see that on a random Thursday, right? Or on a Sunday morning. We're just going through life, living our life. But then you look back and you can see, oh wow, yeah, 2025 was a year where I was ending some big things. And I was getting the whispers and nudges and hints around the new that was coming in. I was feeling it, I was sensing it, but I couldn't quite see it. That's part of the phase that we're in. And it's pretty beautiful. So I hope that this gives you some perspective. As always, I hope it resonates or offers you something useful. But just know that yes, this is a time of being very responsible with your endings. Being very clear in your closures. And a word that Saturn loves is standards. Really holding yourself to that next level standard of what you want in your life, what you're ready to manifest and create. Because Saturn will help you with that too. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this offered some insights into what you might be experiencing or feeling. And I will be back soon with another video for you here on my YouTube channel.